We welcome you to the Landlords and Realtors Roundtable discussion. Uh, it's July's meeting, so we'll get started. We just wanted to touch base. The city manager wanted me to answer some questions that he had received about the properties that the city demos, particularly if you're interested in the property, what can go back on it. So one of the first things I would say is to call our office, find out the zoning for that property. I know we had a couple in Ossie Davis that were asking about it, about the two-story house that was taken down. Again, Ossie Davis has been rezoned to commercial 20, 30 years ago. So houses are not allowed back on C2. So it will be a commercial property. Most of the other properties that the city has torn down would be residential, so it would allow houses. One of the other questions that has come up is the size. So if you see a two-story house on a piece of property and the city tears it down, do you have to build back a two-story house? No. Several things that we look at are the size of the lot and then a minimum square footage. As long as it's the average of the houses in that block, so if the block averages 900 square foot heated, you can build a 900 square foot house. And then we can work around that some. So if you have questions with that, feel free to call us at the office at 912-287-2944, and we can discuss that. So the answer to the overall question is no, you don't have to build back the size house that was there. You can build smaller as long as it's an average of the houses in that same block. So hopefully that answers that question, and then we can look at some other things to see if there's some allowances there that we can work with within the guidelines. And then if there's something different, then maybe you could approach the city commission and see about going that route. Another thing that I wanted to mention is just some tips for basic house maintenance. Since this is landlords, realtors, I know we have tenants that listen. Some things that we wanted, just basic tips. One of them is to change the air conditioning filters regularly. They recommend once a month to change those. That helps the air conditioner run better, keeps dust from spreading out. While you're doing that, also check the batteries in your smoke detectors. Usually on the smoke detectors, there's a button that you push and it'll beep. That lets you know that the smoke detector is working, that the battery's working. Um, Most batteries in the smoke detectors are 9-volt batteries, so they're relatively cheap. But keep those batteries up to date. Another idea is to check the seals on the doors and windows. It's summer, so if you've got the air conditioner running, you've got gaps around doors or around windows, you're losing air and you're letting heat in. So check those. Just walk around, check them. You can get weather stripping at Lowe's. You can use caulking, things like that, just to seal up those cracks, and that'll help reduce energy costs and keep out insects and other things as well. Some other things that most people don't think of is the filters underneath your range hood that's over your stove. Take those out. You can wash them in the sink with some Dawn dish detergent and water, or stick them in the dishwasher. Clean those because grease builds up on those and could lead to house fires, things of that nature. So just clean those periodically. Take them down. It doesn't take long to clean those. Also, the vent fans in the bathroom, just kind of pull the cover down, swipe the dust off of it because they build up dust because you've got the moisture from showers and bathrooms, and dust clings to it and it can stop it up. So that's another thing. Just clean those every other month or every 3 months. And then also declutter around your appliances, especially water heaters, um, air conditioning units, and electrical panels. That way, if something's going on, you can get to those easily. And especially like your electrical panel, don't have a lot of stuff in front of it because if you need to turn the breaker off, you want to be able to get to it quickly. Another idea is to invest in a fire extinguisher. Check with the landlord, see if they offer them. If not, they're cheap. You can get them from Walmart or Lowe's. But if you have fire extinguisher in your house, it will lower your insurance rates as well. So that's a good idea. We have 3 of them in my house, just little small fire extinguishers, one in the kitchen, one in the laundry room, and one near the kids' bedrooms. Um, label the electrical panel completely and correctly. And that's key for if you've got it, something that's tripping or a plug that's shooting sparks. You want to know which breaker goes to that. So make sure that it's labeled completely and correctly. And then on the outside, just clean out the gutters. We have a lot of leaves and pine straw that fall here in Waycross. Clean those out. That'll help prevent a buildup there, which could cause roof damage, fascia damage. So just little things like that, clean those periodically. And then finally, walk around your house, walk around the unit, check for things that look like they need repairing. Go ahead and repair them while they're in the smaller stages. Don't let them build up until it's a big project. If you got a broken receptacle, go ahead and fix it before, you know, a fire happens. Or if you've got a rotten on the staircase, if you got a rotten banister, or it looks like it's starting to get weak, go ahead and repair it before you have a major issue come up. So those are just some ideas that we've got to just to help maintain your home, make your home safer, make your home more energy efficient. It's just some things that we've come across. Also, light bulbs. If you go to LED light bulbs, it helps conserve energy. It'll keep the house cooler because the LED lights don't get as hot. If you've changed light bulbs that just blow, the old bulbs, you go up to it, it would burn your hand. The new ones, they don't get hot. So that every light bulb adds up. So just simple things like that is what we recommend. And that's some ideas that we had today, and I will turn it over to any guests that are in here this morning that maybe have questions or concerns or topics they want to discuss. Or if you're on Facebook, send those questions in. We'll either get to them during the live stream, or if you come back and watch this later, we'll get to those issues at a later date. So I'll open it up if anybody has anything. Mr. Dixon? Ms. Pond?
That was good.
So but one of the big things we see, especially during the summer, is these air conditioners aren't working as good. It's because the filters get stopped up. A lot of people don't think to change them, forget to it. They're usually up in the ceiling, so you just don't see it every day. But those get clogged up, and it reduces the cold air coming out. And also, when it gets dust on it, it could also affect any allergies you have because it's just kind of putting those back out. So just keep those changed, and you'll notice a difference in the way your air conditioner is running. You'll notice that the utility bill will be lower. Not saying it'll be drastically lower, but it'll help. Just things like that. So, and then the safety issues again with the batteries and the smoke detectors. Most houses now they're hardwired, so most people don't think about it, but there is a battery backup on it. That way, if the power goes out in a storm, the batteries take over. So if there's a fire, they still work. So a lot of people don't think of the batteries because they don't beat as long as power's going to it. So check those monthly when you're changing the air conditioner. Just go around and check them. Just it's a little. You can take a broom handle and just push the button, and it'll let you know if it doesn't beat. Then you might need to change that battery. They also recommend changing those batteries every year anyway. So just keep that in mind. Any questions? And again, if you have questions on the properties that the city demos, feel free to call us. We can walk you through that. Again, the city does not own those properties. Once the city tears the property down, we place a lien on the property, so the landowner still own it. So the city can't sell it to you, can't do anything. We just have a lien on it, but we can kind of point you in the right direction. Hopefully, try and get you in touch with somebody, and then we'll be glad to work with you on putting something back on that piece of property. So. like I said, if you have questions, if you're watching this later, feel free to type that in. We keep an eye on it. We will answer those as soon as we see them, and we can go from there. There's a question about mobile home zones again. So the city does have some areas where mobile homes are allowed. You can go to so we have a zoning map on our web page at waycrossga.gov. You can go to community improvement, scroll down, and you'll see a zoning map. It's interactive. You would put in the address of the property, and it'll tell you the zoning information for that, whether it's in a flood zone, things of that nature. Or you can call our office. We can tell you where those are. So we've got one area, basically from Corridor Z to the railroad tracks, and from Blackwell to Lee Avenue, that little area that is zoned for mobile homes. We've got an area over on M Street, K Street, that area. There's another area across from out by Garlington, behind Garlington Heights, and then to the right, it's Garlington Circle, or excuse me, right behind Garlington Heights on Garlington Avenue, and then Parkway, not Parkway. I'm trying to think of that the street. Anyway, it's right between Garlington and the Regional Commission is zoned for mobile homes, but there are some areas. Again, it depends on the size of the lot. And then if it's so we have a R50 MH, which is residential mobile home. We have a R75 MH, and then a RM75. So all three of those allow mobile homes. The difference, RM75 is a little more stringent. It has to be a double wide mobile home. It has to be parallel with the street. The meter base has to be attached to the home. So basically, when you set it up, it's going to look more like a home. It's got to have a certain pitch on the roof. It can't be flat roof mobile homes. So the RM75 has some more stringent guidelines that you have to meet. But we do have those. And again, just call our office and we'll be glad to point you in the right direction there or answer any questions you have there. Hopefully that answers your question. Any questions from the audience?
I have a question that's unrelated. Can I ask an unrelated question?
Sure.
You may not know the answer to this, but have you heard any chatter about the possibility of getting some of the larger trucks off of the Plant Avenue Bridge situation?
I haven't heard that. I know there was another accident out there last night. That was 6 cars, I believe.
In a semi?
In a semi, and the other one a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago, there was another semi. That would be a GDOT issue. That would be something they would make the call on that. That wouldn't be city or county. I'm sure we can make recommendations, but that would be GDOT to enforce since that's their road. There are ways around for the big trucks to go, and if any of them are watching, I would highly recommend going a different direction. But again, that would be GDOT. So.
Can I ask another unrelated
Yes, ma'am.
question? I'll just be like asking all the questions. Have we gotten any notification at all from Ed Maris about groundbreaking?
I have not. The last I heard, they were Jason Rubenbauer was still in talks with them with the Waycross Ware County Development Authority, so that would probably be a good contact just to reach out to him and see. So.
Okay.
All right. Well, if there's no other questions, again, we'll keep an eye on this post and we'll answer questions. So if you see something, just ask it and we'll answer it. And as always, we will see you next month. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you.